accepting new patients. Experienced dentists that are focused on the community and your family helps ensure a pleasant, anxiety-comforted dental experience. Only $49 for exam and x-rays for new cash patients. Feel at home at Huntsville Family Dental. From the friendly front office to the dedicated back chair, all your questions will be answered and you will leave with a smile and comfort knowing your dental needs have been addressed. Just smile. Call Huntsville Family Dental at 295-5437. That's 295-5437.
The sports broadcast calendar is brought to you by Huntsville Family Dental. Be sure to follow KSAM Sports on Facebook for the latest updates happening around the local sports scene. Off-season transfers, schedules, ticketing information, and more is frequently updated on the page. Your sports broadcast calendar is brought to you by Huntsville Family Dental.
All right, friends, we are back here and live at Huntsville Family Dental. Getting started a little bit late today, but, man, it's been a month, Dr. Presley. What's going on in your world, man?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to beat the heat.
I don't understand, what's been going on because everything has been just rocking and rolling. Things have been so crazy, and it's just crazy. I'm looking at your calendar on your desk right now, man. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious.
Gracious.
And so here we are, June the 15th. And we got to be gracious, man. It's been a month, if you can believe that.
It's been a while.
Well, I'm Rob Hipp, live here. Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Huntsville, powered by KSAM, along with my good friend, Dr. Gerald Pressley. Always a good time here. And, again, it's been a month since we've been on, so we're excited to be back. I know you've had some things going on. What's been going on in your world, man? Fill us in. What's been going on?
A little bit more time with the kids because they're home now. School's over, so they're spending a lot more time outside, and we're just kind of being a family, doing a little bit more cookouts. So spend a little bit more time outside. So, nothing much. What's going on in your world?
Just, enjoying. I want to say like enjoying not being on sports, but I'm really not, man. That's like, everybody has their form of therapy, and I'm not knocking. We just came through mental health awareness month, which is very serious, man. But in all seriousness, like me broadcasting, calling sports, engaging with people, that's kind of my therapy, man. Everybody needs their way out,
Right, exactly.
So what is something that you do, Dr. Presley, you're so busy in the dental office, you're doing a lot of things. What's some things that you do just to kind of, cut loose, man? I know that when you're out of work, you're not talking about people's teeth, right?
Yeah. Well, we tend to go out with friends a lot. Like I say, my workouts kind of keep me sane. So just doing that, keeping that routine every day just kind of keeps my mind on, more important things,
And how's that workout routine going? We've talked about it on this show, man. This is what did we say one time? We said like something about the boss, the hoss. I forgot what it was, man.
Floss like a boss.
Yeah, floss like a boss. That's it, man. How's the workout routine going,
That's going well. I just got to get up every morning, do my workout, do my routine. So it kind of keeps me going.
What time were you up this morning? What time do you normally get up
This morning I was up at 4:45. We started about 5 o'clock. I had a buddy join me today. It was his first day.
Oh, nice, man.
So he showed up. He was early, so we got it done. We'll see if he comes tomorrow.
And that's what we talk about. We always talk about the good that's happening on this show. Mm-hmm. And that's the good because you're encouraging a friend to better his health, man.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. It's just encouragement and just, taking somebody with you, you know what I mean? So he wants to start the journey. He's made the decision that he wants to be more healthier. So, we're taking baby steps and we're going to get there.
Well, we want to welcome everybody in this morning. Here in just a few moments, we're actually going to bring on our Precinct 3 Walker County Commissioner, Bill Daugette. There is a burn ban that's in effect now. And, man, when there's a burn ban, that's some serious business because what does that mean? It's not raining.
It's not raining.
And we definitely need the rain. Bridget called me yesterday. I was at work. She actually texted me. And, we chat throughout the day periodically. We don't chat a whole lot. And I kind of like that, though. You think about it, man, because when I go home, like, I want to miss my significant other. And when you're talking all day, I don't know if that really gives you, like, a chance to miss that person, right?
I totally agree.
And so I don't like are you still there, Doc? Yeah, we've been having some issues this morning. Yeah. I'll talk about that in a minute why we're having issues, but technology stuff. But think about it, man. Like if you're talking all day, whenever you don't talk to somebody, you miss them.
That's
man.
right. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Not to like be on a sad level, but here in the next 2 weeks, it'll be a year since my grandma passed, and I talk to her almost every day throughout my adult life. She lived to be 93. I'm 38, so you do the math, and that's a long time of talking.
That's right.
And we were blessed with her for so many years. and we talked every day. And then when she passed, and she passed kind of, I don't want to say like unexpectedly. I mean, she was 93, so it's kind of hard to say, but it wasn't like she had a big disease that we were like waiting on her to pass away. Just one of those days where she didn't wake up. She told my mom, like, leave her alone. And then 30 minutes later, she was ready to go home, Wow. But we talked a lot almost every day, and we would talk a long time. When I'm driving and for broadcasting, you get on the phone with Grandma and you talk, man. And those were some of my favorite moments of her, and really my favorite moments of the career, driving, talking to her, and now I don't talk to her, and you miss her, And I know that all of us have that in our life, so that's why it's so important to cherish those moments that you have when you have them.
That's so true.
Because I was talking to my mom this past weekend, Dr. Pressley, and I just told her, I said, I really miss Nanny. And I started to kind of like feel defeated in some way. But then she said, you need to remember all the good times that you had and all the long talks that you had. And so, you come back to those times and you're like, you know what, it's all good.
That's
man.
right.
It's all good. So we got some friends joining us already. My good buddy who just called a state baseball championship up north of Austin and Georgetown, Wally Harmon. He's the voice of the Georgetown Eagles. I know that this show's about Huntsville, but I wanted to say hello to Wally. He got to call the state championship, man. How cool is that?
That's cool.
So they do such a tremendous job. I had the benefit of calling those games for many, many years. That's my alma mater, of course, where I grew up. And then when I came to Huntsville, so we got to find some guys to start filling that in. And Wally and a guy named Kelly Duvall, Davey, they have done such tremendous work covering those kids back there the way that we do here. So, man, Wally, good to hear from you. And my good buddy, check it out, man. It is Mr. Frank Oliveira. Sam, buenos dias. Don't get me speaking Spanish, Frank, because, man, it comes out like with that Huntsville twang, like buenos dias. So, anyways, well, today, again, we've got Bill Daugette on. I've got a whole list courtesy of our good buddy Glenn Edwards, Big Glenn Edwards back at KSAM. He puts together a wonderful PSA list. We're going to go over some events that are happening, including Juneteenth that's coming up. I want to highlight that. I think that's very important for our community. We're going to talk about more events. I'm going to step aside, though, take a break. Normally, we've got a pretty long intro, but since we went on around 8:30, I want to get Bill Daugette in here. We're going to have a phone call with Bill. He's not going to be here in person, but we're going to have a phone call. We'll step aside. We're going to get Bill on the line. We're going to talk about that burn ban, talk about what's going on here in Walker County. There's a lot of growth, a lot of housing going in, infrastructure. We're going to talk about that burn ban and everything. So make sure to stay with us. We'll be back here in just a few moments. This is Good Morning Huntsville, partnered by our good friends at Huntsville Family Dental. We'll be right back. All right, we'll see if we got Dr. Pressley in the house. I'm about to say we better see if we got Dr. Pressley here. Of course we got Dr. Pressley here.
I hope I'm here.
I hope that you're here. He's right here. Mr. Bill Daugette, do we have you on the line?
Yes, you sure do. Good morning to y'all.
Hey, man. Well, good morning. Again, Bill Daugette, our Walker County Commissioner out of Precinct 3. Commissioner, always good to talk to you, man. I have the pleasure of seeing you at Rotary every Wednesday, and first and foremost, I just want to thank you for your friendship, not just to me, but to so many in this community. I was talking to Dr. Pressley before we went on here just a few moments ago, just about your leadership, and you truly embody, Bill, what it is to be a civil servant in our community. So first and foremost, we appreciate all that you do and your accessibility, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that. I love what I do, and I've been doing it about 40 years here in Walker County in Huntsville. And I got a few more years in me, I hope. So, I kind of have the little slogan of try to make Walker County a little bit better each day, and I work pretty hard to try to make that happen.
I was talking to somebody the other day, Bill, and they were talking about moving away from my hometown because it's growing so much. And I was joking around. I said, please don't come to Huntsville, but go to some of the towns on the outside. But I was joking. We want them to come here, Bill. So, well, Bill,
yes, we do.
There's some things going on, and I know that I didn't get to kind of pre-interview you with what exactly we were going to talk about, but I know that you're well-versed in a lot of information. I'm not going to throw, a lot of numbers at you, but first and foremost, the main reason I wanted to get you on the line this morning, We've got a burn ban that went into effect about 40 minutes ago, if I'm not mistaken, here in Walker County. Can you talk a little bit about that and just what's going on? Because we haven't had rain, and when there's no moisture, no rain, the grass is hot, and we got to be careful. Let us know about that, Bill.
Absolutely, and that's what's happened. It's no secret that we haven't had any rain, and it's been blistering hot. The state has a drought index number that our friend Butch Davis out at the Emergency Operations Center manages and oversees daily, and he gets that number, and when it ranges from 0 up to, I think, 1,000. And when it hits like over 500, that's declared a major drought and a major fire danger. So we use that number, and when it reaches, in our case, it's 520. And when we hit that number, we declare a burn ban. So in Walker County, a burn ban means that you're not allowed to burn outside, any kind of trash, rubbish, grass, anything. There is an exemption for burning in a barrel with a metal grate over the top of it. Some, old-time country people still burn some of their trash. The caveat on that is that has to be manned 100% of the time. You can't light it and then go inside and in the air conditioning and watch TV. You got to stand out there over that fire the whole time. So no fires at all, hopefully. If you just have to do one, it has to be in a metal barrel with a metal grate on top of that.
Bill, there's a lot of people that are joining us this morning. Of course, this is Good Morning Huntsville, so folks in this immediate area know about how things work, burning, but there's people in metropolitan areas that may be joining us, and I just wanted you to kind of enlighten them because, when you live in the city of Houston, you can't burn your trash outside, obviously, but when you get into a county like Walker County with a lot of rural areas, some of those folks, they say, look, we're just going to burn our trash in those things. Can you talk a little bit more about that and just what's allowed to be burned versus what's not allowed to be burned?
Absolutely. A lot of folks outside the city, and that's Riverside and New Waverly also, don't have a commercial garbage service. A lot of areas have mom and pop companies that come pick them up, and some have none because they live 3 miles down a dirt road. So it's been their practice to dispose of their garbage in the barrel. Now, the state does not allow you, no matter where you are or who you are, to burn anything that's toxic. You can't burn plastics, jugs, and rubber and stuff like that. It has to be something that will, burn clean. It can be paper, it can be leaves, and basic trash. So that's generally what the people burn. Even the people that burn their garbage generally separate out the stuff that's not supposed to be burned, and that that helps the environment and stuff like that. And it doesn't. A lot of that poly plastic stuff will float away in the air and land over there, and then our fire departments have to get involved on top of the dangers to the environment.
Speaking of that, Bill, of course, 4th of July right around the corner. If we don't see any rain, I would expect there to be possibly even a fireworks ban. I'm not sure. I've only been here 3 years. I haven't popped fireworks here in Walker County. Can you tell us a little bit about that and just what is the policy and procedure for the 4th of July?
That the management of that does fall on the county. And now, inside the city limits of Huntsville, they don't allow fireworks displays at all. But in the county, we have the ability to not allow, the sale of fireworks during a period of time. So we definitely have the authority to not allow them to be discharged. So we'll be watching that, and it's going to take a significant amount of rain between now and July 4th, which all of a sudden is, 3 weeks away. So, and I've seen the weather forecast looking forward. I don't think through the end of next week we have anything on the books at all. So for the folks thinking about doing it, I would definitely keep your eye on y'all station for the news releases or wherever you get your news from. But we will be making that call at the court a week or two before the end of June. I think we have to notify 2 weeks in advance if we're not going to allow it over the holiday weekend.
Bill, if there's a municipality, a city that normally has a fireworks show and the county is in a fireworks ban, is that city or municipality generally still allowed to have the fireworks show, or is it completely off limits?
No, we will make that the decision of the city of Huntsville. We wouldn't do anything to put them, in a spot where we've say y'all can't do that. They've been doing it for a long time, and I don't know if Ron's still doing it or not, but they do a very responsible job. And where they're out there in the field. It used to be up there north of Cape Bar Ross. I think they're still doing it up there, but they have a big celebration of that day, and they'll do the fireworks that night, and we'll put the appropriate personnel, fire departments, whatever, in the area. But I've got faith in Aaron over the city and the mayor that if they feel like it's not safe, that they'll call it off on their very own.
Awesome. Well, Bill, just a couple of quick questions. I know you've got a busy slate today. We always appreciate your time. Real quickly, and we don't have to go into details because I know that there's a lot. You had a whole presentation at Rotary, in fact, about a year ago, and I enjoyed that over at Bays Achievement Center, just talking about the growth of Walker County. I did want to ask just a couple of brief questions. How is Walker County doing with growth right now? We've seen a lot of development, especially up in the New Waverly area. I believe there's a neighborhood going in there, 2,100 homes. Just kind of quickly wanted to ask you about that growth, and you guys continue to do a great job managing it and the roads, but kind of what's going on with the county right now. I guess give us a quick state of the county update if you don't mind, Bill.
I can do that. We get a lot of, I use it like looky-loos, the developers. We get tons of those on a daily basis down there at India's Bell's Planning and Development Shop. There are several subdivisions going in. Some are inside the city. Up on the northwest side, they've got a couple good-sized subdivisions. There's one in the Spring Lake area going in, and then, of course, we have the Texas Grand Ranch, and I think it's Deer Run down there next to that. A lot of growth pushing north out of New Waverly. There's a lot of big landowners in New Waverly that aren't, they don't want to part with their multi-generationally owned property. So those people are coming into southern Walker County, and we're seeing hundreds of home applications, coming in annually here. So, and I don't really see an end to it. I see, news is talking about a possible slowdown in housing development and growth. I don't see that for us yet. There's just so much push to come up. Our land is, even though it's expensive here, it's still reasonable if you compare it to Montgomery County and even into Harris County. So I look forward to it coming for several more years, and we're having to deal with it here. It's stressing services that we provide. It's with growth comes more people that need EMS service. So we've really kind of zeroed in on that to see what we can do to make sure that's right. It stresses our criminal justice system because not just the good guys move up here. We get bad guys that follow the new guys, the good guys. So that stresses us there. And then, of course, just the infrastructure itself. It's an old country road system. A lot of them were dirt roads or really thin little paved roads. And a road that used to get 10 trips a day on it is all of a sudden getting 400 trips a day or 500 trips a day. And it's hurting us there. But over the last 2 or 3 years, we've injected more money into the road and bridge funds, and we've been able to take a little bite out of it. I think we have a long way to go. Part of my budget proposal this year is, from my precinct anyway, I've got like a 5-year overlay schedule for roads that we've already worked on since I've been here since January 1, 2017, because in the road world, you build it, and you have to go back to it and maintain it in 5 or 6 years, or it degenerates and you basically start over again. So it's a program I'm trying to put in place to maintain what we have here and still have money left over to pave some new roads that are growing, that, like I say, used to be country roads, but now they're major cut-throughs or major transportation corridors that I have to take care of. So growth is good for our community, but it's a challenge at the government side. I feel it here. I know Aaron feels it over there at the city, and I'm sure Riverside and New Waverly are feeling the same growing pains that we are here.
Well, Bill, again, appreciate your time. The area I grew up in, it was amazing because I remember seeing so many roads come in, sometimes a decade in advance of the development. They knew that it was going to happen, but then those roads would deteriorate. They had to, and no one was really driving on them because they built them. They sit for 10 years, but they needed to be there. They had the infrastructure in place, and now the development comes around it. And so, we're seeing some of that here in Walker County. Bill, real quick, a final question for you. Just from a citizen standpoint, there may be somebody out there listening today that may be watching on the Facebook live stream or even down the road because we archive these. There may be someone today that says, I want to get involved. I want to help the county. What are some things that residents of Walker County can do to help you and your staff? We meet at Commissioner's Court on Mondays,
at 9 a.m., which is it's an inconvenient time, but we have to have it when most of the department heads are on staff on the clock, so they can come in. So it's tough for a lot of people to get to court. But I think the biggest thing, every commissioner, myself, Commissioner Kirkendall, Commissioner White, Commissioner Henry, our phones are always open, and we need to hear from the people about changes that are out there. What's happening in the neighborhoods as far as crime. A crime. I had a call yesterday about a neighborhood that's all of a sudden having crime, and I hadn't heard anything about it. So I was able to get a hold of Chief Whitecotton, and he was able to go visit some folks out there. But just giving us the pulse of what's going on out there in the neighborhoods, and bringing suggestions into us as far as things that they could help them and help the community, because we think we know at our level. We think we know what's good and what's helpful, but unless we hear from the people and are you happy with what we're doing here? Are you happy driving down a dirt road, or would you prefer to have it a paved road or whatever? So just it kind of goes back to kind of the basic government philosophy. It's by the people, of the people, for the people. So we just need the people. Let us know what's going on. Keep us in touch. And my cell phone is on my hip 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I give my email and text number out to just about anybody that asked. So I think it works well for me. I think it works well for the other commissioners, and it'll help keep our county going the direction it needs to go.
Well, Bill, as always, appreciate your time and your friendship and all that you do for our county. From someone that moved here 3 years ago, I can tell you that I'm extremely proud to be here. I love what I'm seeing in this county, the leadership, and just how things are going. The growth is there. The culture is being preserved. Those are the two keys, and you guys are doing that very well. I just flashed up on the screen as well some commonly called numbers from Walker County, so I'm sure that they can get in touch with your department there for folks that need to reach you. Bill, I appreciate you very much. Thanks for being on this morning and giving us an update. We're going to have to do this a little more often, my friend.
You've got my number, Rob. Hook me up anytime, and I'll visit with you.
All righty, Bill. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much.
You too, sir. Take care. Bye-bye.
So once again, that was Bill Daugette, our Precinct 3 Commissioner. And, I go back, Dr. Pressley, and I talk about that as we continue Good Morning Huntsville here live from Huntsville Family Dental. You go back and talk about just your leaders being engaged. Mm-hmm. And I know that every leader knows that they have a responsibility to be engaged, but do they actually do it? Bill Daugette's one that he knows, and he does it. He's a friend to many here in this community. If he goes up and talks to you, he's going to be your friend because he's that kind of guy. So
that's awesome.
Good to hear that state of Walker County. Again, burn ban in effect. If you burn outside, you can't do it unless it's a barrel and you are there present. You can't leave the barrel burning, man.
Can't go inside.
And I know, man, that you wanted to have a fireworks show in the backyard here at Huntsville Family Dental. Can't do that.
Not this year.
Well, hey, we'll step aside and take a break. We've got about 10 more minutes or so. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about dental health. You got to stay tuned for that. We're also going to go over some of the events that are happening. We'll also have the National Day of. So make sure you stay with us. We'll be back here in just a few moments. You're on Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be back here. Thank you, friends.
I'm Rob Hipp, and here's today's inspiration about get better, not bitter. Ephesians 4:31 in the New Living Translation reads, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior." Bitterness is defined as having anger and disappointment and being treated unfairly. You have probably been bitter at some point in your life. We all experience it. You excelled at work, but someone else was given the promotion. A person close to you took advantage of your generosity. You weren't paid in full for a job you completed. Friends, it's time to let go of that bitterness. God has a good plan for your life. Here's the key. Not letting go of past hurts won't allow you to see all the good that God has for you. Remaining bitter keeps you and those around you in a negative atmosphere. Choose to move on and have a positive outlook. Get rid of the bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander. When you take the high road, God's favor and provision will be abundant in your life. Get better, not bitter. For previous messages and to share today's inspiration with a friend, visit today'sinspiration.org.
All right, friends, thanks for waking up. Well, you should be awake already. It's 8:54 in the morning, man. But if not, if you're just waking up, can Dr. Pressley and I have your job, please? Can we know
That's right.
Can we know what your job is, please? And can you make a living doing it? Because sometimes it's tough to
Exactly.
the cost of everything is going up so much right now, man.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man. Inflation.
I had a friend tell me yesterday. I'm not going to say his name or his business, but he is in the process of wanting to move to a new location.
Mm-hmm.
Nicest guys you can eat. Love the guy. Great guy. He told me that he was getting quotes of like $300,000 to $500,000 to finish out where he wants to move his business to. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm not in construction, but that seems highly inflated.
Yeah.
I mean, I could sense maybe $100,000 because of what kind of store he has. But man, $500,000, man, go. I was like, you just need to go buy a lot and buy some land, man,
Right.
because I mean, it's getting ridiculous. The cost of wood, it's in like 1,000 linear feet is how they price it.
Okay.
And so at the height of the pandemic, it was $1,500 per 1,000 linear feet, which is ridiculous. And again, some of you are in construction, so you're probably saying, Rob, you're getting this wrong. I'm just trying to remember the pieces that I heard just to give you a perspective. Things have gotten a little bit better. To give you an idea, pre-pandemic, it was about $190 per 1,000 linear feet
Right.
or 100 linear, whatever it is. You go from $190 to $1,500. Right now, it's at $300. That's why plywood is still $40 for a 4x8 sheet.
Wow.
I remember doing construction on my house pre-COVID, back where I was from before I came to Huntsville. Man, I was paying $12, $13 for a 4x8 sheet of plywood.
Isn't that something?
$40, man. That's almost 4 times
That's right.
the price.
That's right.
So you got to think about all that kind of stuff. Dr. Pressley, briefly, man, dental. We have got to talk. We got to, because that's what this show is also about. We have got to talk teeth. All right, man. It's the summer. Kids are snacking. They're not eating that healthy food at school because we know that food at school is and give the school district. Huntsville ISD does a great job. Give schools credit. They're trying to make sure kids have food. When I was in high school, man, we had soda. We had Taco Bell and Pizza Hut at school.
We did.
We had the lines. You remember that, man? Let's
Yeah, I
go
remember
right
that.
now. We're off. No, Mexican
right.
pizza's back, by the way. At Taco
Oh,
Bell.
is it?
Yeah. So real quick, dental health, man. It's important. Summer. What should kids be eating right now?
Just keeping up with the routine. Just keeping the sugar foods with sugar down. All the candies, the snacking. You got more time now. They're out of class, so they're gonna want to snack more. So you just limiting for our kids. What we do is we limit those snacks. So you have your lunch, and then after lunch you have one snack, and then you have dinner instead of you going back to the cupboard every hour. So just limiting the amount of sugary foods that we're bathing our teeth with.
Good brushing habits. We talk about that so much. Again, the power of radio is always just constant talking.
Yeah.
You hear ads. I always tell folks they want to advertise on radio. You can't just be on once a week. I mean, you've got to be on at least once a day, but it's that repetition.
Right.
And that's true for anything in life. So we talk about brushing habits a lot because we want to hammer it into your teeth. Think about that, man. Put a hammer on your teeth versus you're going to feel it, man.
That's
so we're hammering it into your teeth. Brushing habits, what should people be doing, man? 2
times a day is what we suggest. Obviously, the most important time to brush is before you go to bed. Obviously, you don't want the things that you've been eating all day long to sit on your teeth, especially when you're sleeping, when you don't have the saliva flow and that the bacteria is sitting on your teeth, giving way to caries and all that. So 2 times a day, we suggest that you floss at least once a day. So that's really your main thing. If you really want to go the extra mile, I would say do it brush after every meal. But twice a day, if you're doing that along with flossing, then you should be fine.
Again, talking to Dr. Pressley here, Huntsville Family Dental. Please check him out online, HuntsvilleTXDental.com. You can come by, set up an appointment, get in here, come see the doc. He's going to take care of you. One of the most personable doctors I've ever – some doctors are like, you hear the silence because they don't talk.
Right.
Dr. Pressley talks, man. He makes you feel right at home. His staff does a great job, too. The young ladies that are here, they do such a beautiful job, man. You are blessed with a tremendous staff.
Definitely.
Come by and see him. Dr. Pressley, HuntsvilleTXDental.com. 936-295-5437. Doc, we only got a few minutes. Wanted to quickly go over a couple of things that are happening throughout our community. We always want to talk. Joshua Harris just sent a message. Let's go down there and get the rest of it. Good morning, gentlemen. He had Quincy Carter, man, the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback. I told you we were going to get Quincy on. So I reached out to Quincy. Great man. But he is in the middle of camps right now because he does his quarterback camps.
That's right. Yeah.
Quincy, former Dallas Cowboy quarterback. We're going to get him on this show with you sometime.
That'd be awesome.
So we're going to try. He came out to Oak Ridge, though, and spoke to the men. And Joshua, we appreciate you. Now I got a cough, man. All right, quick events happening throughout our good community. You're talking about food earlier, fruits, vegetables. Summer, a lot of people eat watermelon in the summer, man. Is that good for your teeth?
Yeah, all fruits are going to be good
Okay.
for your teeth. Yes, sir.
So the Scouts in Huntsville Pack 114, they're pre-selling tickets for watermelons through June the 25th. You can go to the Josie Lodge website and purchase your watermelon. All pre-sold watermelons will be distributed on Saturday, July the 2nd. So you just got a couple of weeks, but really you've got to get those purchased here within the next 10 days. Josie Scout Lodge parking lot from 9 to 3 on July the 2nd. Purchase those now. The Scouts will also benefit the Cub Scouts in Pack 114 and keeping the Scouts active and having fun. You can get more information. Call our good friend David Gray. Again, 936-662-1842. Walker County Farmers Market, of course, located at the north parking lot of the West Mall Hill in Huntsville, is open Wednesday and Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. to sold out. You ever been to those, man? I love the farmers markets.
No, I haven't been to farmers.
I've only been to one here in Huntsville.
Yeah.
But that's happening every Wednesday, Saturday. They've got a great variety of items. I know that my good friend is always down there, Ashland with Hooks Family Farm. They've got fresh beef, organic chicken on Saturdays, fresh produce, breads, eggs, canned goods, soaps, and more. Get there early for the best selection. It's like when you go to the grocery store and you see everybody like handling the tomatoes and then there's none left and it's the squishy ones. Get there early. Avoid squishy tomatoes, man. More information, go to the Facebook page, Walker County Farmers Market. Also, time to register for Vacation Bible School. I love that during the summer, all the Vacation Bible Schools going on. Did you ever go to any of those?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Our kids are in Bible school now.
That's awesome.
Vacation Bible School.
I just went, to keep me busy. I know parents, you just put them in there so you got like daycare for the day. Let's be honest. But the reality is it's really good. I went to like 3 or 4 every summer, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun too.
You know, and you go to I went to different ones. So I'd learn something here, and put it all together. And it was like a hodgepodge of good VBS information, man.
Yeah.
But our good friends at First Baptist Church Huntsville, they're being held the week of June the 20th through the 24th. So that's coming up in 5 days. If you want to get registered for that, in fact, you're going to have to get registered here in the next day or so. Visit fbchuntsville.org. That's fbchuntsville.org. And then finally, we've got a lot on here. We'll go over more of these tomorrow because we're going to have another show live from Curves. The City of Huntsville has partnered with Gracie Humada Huntsville to provide a free self-defense class for the women of Huntsville. This is important. This free class being held on June the 18th from 1 to 3 at the Gracie Humada Huntsville Gym. Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was created as means of self-defense and survival in life-threatening situations. Pre-registration on that ends today, so you got to make sure if you want to get registered for that. If you got class questions, I'm going to give you this number. It's Phil Riggs, 936-661-3664. Tell them that you heard about him on KSAM and Good Morning Huntsville. Doc, we got, 1 minute? 1 minute? Where are we at? First? Yeah, we got 9:01. We got one last minute here?
We got 1 minute.
All right, because I know you got people waiting, man. I don't want to be that guy that I'm telling them how good the service is, and then I'm, holding them back here. All right, today, National Day of. We always have to go through this. And we didn't get to the UIL stuff, man.
Oh,
we'll talk about that tomorrow or next week. It's sports stuff. We don't want to, we don't want to get wrapped up in all that here on this show. I was trying to find what national day is it today, and of course now our internet is starting to. Man, it's not even working. We do this every day, man. All right, hold on. National Day of. I should have had this pulled up, man. We always know what the national day is. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
National Smile Power Day.
I like that.
Are you going to smile today, man?
I hope so.
You better, man. And that goes in good with the teeth.
That's right.
Now, this is also Nature Photography Day.
Huh.
I'm going to tell you, when I first saw that, I didn't see the word nature. I thought it said nude photography. I'm like, not getting involved in that.
I know where you're going.
And then it's National Megalodon Day. Do you know what that is?
I don't. Megalodon.
Megalodon Day. Teaches us about the most massive shark that ever lived.
Wow.
Swam the Earth's oceans for 20 million years. Their mouths span 8 to 11 feet wide, filled with rows of sharp teeth.
Wow.
I mean, you talk about that for brushing, man. Don't mess with that. Dr. Pressley, I know you got to go. It's been a fun one here this morning on Good Morning Huntsville. Sorry we had to keep this one a little bit short. Final words from you before we go, man.
As you know, oral health goes in direct correlation with your overall health. So take care of your smile, take care of your teeth, take care of your health.
Again, please visit my friends Huntsville TXDental.com. I put .co on there. Please go by, check out the website, give them a call, get your teeth ready for them. Everybody worries about like getting swim ready and, I got to get my swim buddy ready. Why don't you get your teeth ready?
That's right.
All right. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you, Doc. Been a good one here this morning. And I guess we'll be back next Wednesday.
We can do it next Wednesday.
For next Wednesday?
Definitely.
We got a few to fill up, so we're going to be back. Friends, I want to remind you today, with everything going on in this world, it's so important that we stay connected with each other, that more importantly, we lift each other up. If somebody's hurting today, please let them know that you care about them. Give them a hug, pat them on the back, tell them that they are loved and appreciated. People need to hear that today. I end every broadcast the same way, reminding you today that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. from Curves. Have a good day, everyone.